So, um, I haven't made a video in a while, and there's reason why, but I keep hearing you might have somebody that's going through 2024. Shit, I don't even remember how I brought it in. Oh, we went to a celebration downtown. And that was different. Normally I spend it either in the past in church or at home celebrating with my kids. It's been hard. Shit, where do I start? Back in February, I got a letter, several letters about my house going into foreclosure. And this isn't the first time I got a letter like that, but I didn't deal with it. I didn't want to talk about it. I didn't want to think about it. I didn't call the bank. I wasn't answering the phones. I wasn't telling people. Nobody knew. And then my health, my blood pressure was really high, like stroke level. And so I woke up one morning and my left arm was hurting really bad and it was numb and I couldn't move it, and I was thinking it was a stroke. And I didn't want to go to the hospital. I'm like, the hospital is only going to make it worse. They're going to send me home, this, that. So I finally went to the hospital, and my sister came and she took my kids to school. And after being there for so long, my blood pressure was so high. They started giving me medication to lower it by mouth. They didn't give me anything for pain. And then when my sister left to get my kid, they gave me more blood pressure medicine. By the time she came back, I couldn't talk. I couldn't form sentences. I had been getting up on my own to use the bathroom. And I asked for something to drink, but I missed my whole mouth. And I was scared because I never really felt this way. And so I wanted to talk to the doctor. And my sister said to the doctor, she's an author. She knows words. If she can't form a sentence, something's wrong. The only thing I could tell the doctor is I don't want to go home and die and my kids find me. So they admitted me. I had to use the bathroom. And I couldn't use a bedpan. None of that worked. So my sister was about to take me to the bathroom. And I said, no, call a nurse. Let's get a wheelchair. Let somebody, it's her job. And I got in the wheelchair, I got to the bathroom, and I felt nauseated. I thought I was going to throw up. And the nurse asked me to grab the rail. And the next thing I know, I was coming to in the room. I had passed out. They lowered it way too fast. And it scared my sister, it scared the nurse, and it's the nurse. How does it scare the nurse? And my blood pressure was like 2 something to begin with, and by the time I passed out, it had went down to like 170 over 135, which for somebody like me, that was too low because it always runs high. And I stayed in the hospital overnight, still stressed about whether I was going to lose my house, but now is, am I going to lose my life, right? And I didn't have a plan. All I wanted to do was to get home to my babies, because I'm the type of person that I don't allow them to come to the hospital for various reasons. I don't want them to see me like that. I don't want the germs, And I was going through things with my ex, but he did get the kids settled, and he did come to the hospital to bring me some things and to check on me and stuff. And so once I made it home, I just laid around. I didn't have a plan. I just I wasn't giving up. I just didn't know what to do. And the letters kept piling up. I was getting letters about people wanting to buy the house. I was getting phone calls. I was getting text messages. I was getting emails. I was getting realtors stopping by my fucking house, leaving cards and gifts and things to sell my house on my mailbox. None of these motherfuckers came before to offer me a job, to offer me money. So finally, I guess in March, I got a date. The house was supposed to go into foreclosure and go up for auction May the 9th. I was avoiding bank calls. I wasn't talking. I didn't, discuss it with anybody. And finally, when I talked to the bank, I discovered that a program I applied for didn't automatically do what I thought it was supposed to do. Like I didn't ask all the right questions. Here I was just thinking, okay, I applied for the forbearance. It lasted until this date and now I'm good. I was supposed to talk to them about applying for that to be added to the end of the loan. I thought it was automatic. I was hopeless and I was down, but I wasn't out. And so God said, you've been here before. This ain't nothing new. You got this. Like, you have been here before. Look around. This ain't the first time you've been down. What you gonna do? So the calls were coming. They were even calling the ex, asking him to buy the house. And this one banker called, and I had an attitude because I was tired of the fucking phone calls. I'm like, stop calling this motherfucking phone, stop sending text messages, stop, just leave me alone. And this banker I talked to, he explained it to me. He talked so sincere. And I ended up apologizing because I was in the wrong. I had an attitude, but it had nothing to do with him. And so I had to apologize. And that was approved. My benefits had been taken away. The child support was only enough for a tank of gas and a hamburger for one kid. Right? But I've been here before. I can make shit happen, But I had to get to a point where I had to have faith in myself and in God, because there was no friends, there was no family, there was no husband, there was no ex, there was no baby daddy, there was nobody but me and God. And it was like in April, before the eclipse, everything just started turning around. The house was saved, everything had been caught up. May the 9th came, I slept straight through it. I forgot all about the house supposed to be going up to foreclosure. And what I realized is the whole time I was going through my shit, my health scare, my blood pressure still isn't down. Like at this moment right now, February turned out to be a blessing. Like going to the hospital, having those issues, it forced them to run some tests. MRI, a bubble test, and there's some things going on with my heart that it's called a PFO, and it's a hole that should have closed up after I was born. I'm old enough where you would think they would have caught it. So that was a blessing, they found out something was wrong. So I'm stressed, blood pressure high, this, that, and all. But when I say I was encouraging other people, I was helping people, people were coming to me as they always do, looking for resources. They were asking me where to go for help, with their rent, with their apartment. The whole time my house is in danger. The place that I bought this house just so my kids would always have a home to come back to. And it was almost taken from me, right? So I saved it. I was encouraging people. I was helping people. I've handed out cash. I've bought food. I've connected people with other people to get food boxes. I've done everything for everybody else. But on the inside, I was dying. My blood pressure was high. I was stressed the fuck out. And I was in danger of losing the safety place where my kids lay their head. I won't get into everything, but the ex could have saved the house with the check immediately, but he didn't. And it wasn't meant for him to, because God had to see if I knew everything that I needed was already in me, right? So I saved the house. Everything's caught up. I'm working. I'm loving it, but I ain't resting. I ain't relaxing. I ain't enjoying the fruits of my labor. I always, anybody that asks, I hate it here. I hate this fucking city. I don't want to be here. I this, I that. I wanted to sell the house and move away back in 2020, 21. And I did leave for a while. And the very house that I hated, I was so afraid of losing that I had to almost lose it to appreciate it. And I don't ever want to be like that again. I always want to appreciate what I worked hard for. Because I bought this house in 2009. It was the hardest year of my life. My father passed away. My brother passed away 4 months after that. My daughter's seizures were uncontrollable. I had to have endometriosis surgery. And so when I bought the house, I was going through some shit. When I saved the house, I was going through some shit. But I knew I wasn't saving the house for me. This is where my kids lay their head. This is their safe place. Took care of the house. I got another letter. House going up for auction again. You behind on taxes. From 2022. What the fuck? How? Okay, I don't remember. And I said, oh, that's okay. I'll just pick up an extra day at work next week, because I had to get a job to support the dream. The dream is still to write the books, to write the movies, to make the podcast. Work has been so overwhelming, I haven't picked up. I don't even know where my laptop is. So I said, that's okay. I'll just work another day, an extra day, and I'll pay the back taxes. Baby, before I could even ask for another day, it was a check came in the mail from something that I was least expecting. And that's how it's been for me. When I feel like I'm down and I'm out, I stress, of course. I freak out. I cuss. I throw tantrums. And then I just sit back and I wait. And God does the rest. And I can't explain it. I can't. It's just been God. Because when I say the amount of the back taxes, the check that came in the mail, it was the exact same amount. I've always known that it was just me and God, and that I had to be separated a lot so that I could see who was really working in my life and who was really going to be there when I didn't have anybody else. Even now, I'm afraid. My brother died at 32 from heart disease. I've been emotional since last week when the lady put me on a heart monitor for 30 days, another pill, another 2 pills, plus the blood pressure pill, plus she took my Vice. I use CBD, hemp, D9, THCA for numbness, for relief, for pain, for she took that away too. So now I'm on a heart monitor. I'm tired. My body's trying to adjust to it. I'm still trying to work. But I can't numb myself. I gotta feel my way through this shit. And it's been the most difficult thing I've had to face in a long time. And when it happened, the only thing I could think about was my mom, because she was sitting next to me at the doctor's office. I'm all she got left. My kids, I'm all they got left. The medicine makes me not want to eat. It makes me, I just want to lay around. I don't want to do anything. And that's not like me. Today I had to put in my notice at the job. And that was hard because I like what I do. I'm helping. But it's one of those things where God said you're going to rest voluntarily or you're going to rest involuntarily. I don't know what the future holds. And at first I was thinking, why me? And then I thought about it, why not you? You've overcome so much, but you kept it quiet. So people don't know what you overcame. Nobody but you. Because I could tell you're not even my closest friends. The ones that I call sister. They had no idea of what was going on in these four walls. And I wanted it like that. But God said, how will people know that they can overcome if you don't tell them how you overcame? I never wanted to be this vulnerable. But one of my best friends said, why are you not telling your story? And she don't even know the fullness, the extent of what I had to endure. Plus, I'm fighting the ex. And I thought about it. This car that used to be mine, my daughter broke it. The other one needs it. It was at his house. And instead of him getting it fixed, he had it towed to my house to sit. And you know what I thought about? Had my daddy been alive, he'd have fixed that car twice. But my daddy was the same one fixing the ex's car when he didn't have the money. But I get it. He mad, he bitter, and he tries to hurt me through our kids. And God pay him back so fast that it would seem like I put some type of spell on him. He just don't understand. God said, touch not my anointed. I'm chosen. I'm God's daughter. And he come through every time. We joke about how many daddies I got, but my Father in heaven makes sure I don't go without. He called me money hungry bitch at child support court in front of our middle daughter. Money hungry, me. Okay. I don't ask. I ain't using money to get hair, nails done, body done. I ain't doing that. I'm using the child support to feed your kids, to keep lights on, to keep a roof over their head. But I don't waste my energy on who ain't doing and what they not doing and what they won't do. Because God doing it all. All I had to do was show up, have faith, and keep fighting. My favorite song, it used to make me cry. Whitney Houston, one of her last ones. I didn't know my own strength. I didn't know my own strength. I didn't know what I would need to get through.